So welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. Today, we are looking at the rivalry between Pakistan and New Zealand, specifically in the Champions Trophy. And, hopefully we can unearth some interesting stories and facts.
Yeah, should be fun.
Yeah. Now, I got to say, when I first saw the listener request, I thought, oh, cool, Pakistan-New Zealand rivalry. This will be interesting. But the source material that our listener sent in is a little light on actual details about the history between these two teams.
Yeah, it seems like they were maybe going for a certain angle and just didn't quite get there. Like they got cut off or something.
Yeah, almost like a cricket match gets rained out. You're all excited to see who's going to win, and then
it's all over.
Exactly.
Disappointing.
So, but I think this is still, a really rich topic that we can dive into, even without that super specific detail from the source material.
Yeah, there's so much to unpack with these two teams.
Yeah. So for people who maybe aren't super familiar with cricket, I mean, could you maybe set the stage a little bit about what the Champions Trophy even is?
Oh, yeah. So the Champions Trophy is, or was, I should say, it's actually been discontinued, but it was kind of like this mini World Cup.
Okay.
So you'd have like the top 8 teams in the world all competing in this one tournament. And it was always really flat.
Was it just like a friendly little exhibition series? Or
No, this was serious business. Bragging rights on the line, absolutely.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So this is a big deal tournament.
Huge, yeah. And you always knew you were going to get some amazing cricket because you had all the best players in the world.
Okay. So then when we talk about Pakistan and New Zealand then, what kind of makes their rivalry, I guess, interesting? Or what sets it apart from, India, Pakistan, or Australia, England, or any of the other?
Right. Well, I think one thing is that both teams are known for being a bit unpredictable, They can be real giant killers on their day, but then they can also have these kind of like...
Oh, so you never know.
Yeah, you never know which Pakistan or which New Zealand is going to show up.
Gotcha.
And that makes for some really exciting matches.
So it's not like one is consistently dominating the other.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then also, they've had some incredible matches over the years, like really close finishes.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, one that springs to mind immediately is the 1992 World Cup semifinal.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Pakistan chasing a tough target set by New Zealand. And they managed to pull off a victory in the last over.
No way!
Yeah, talk about a nail-biter.
Wow, okay, so we're talking...
That kind of match can really solidify a rivalry.
World Cup semifinal. That's intense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, and it kind of makes you wonder, right? What was in that source material?
Yeah.
What was the listener hoping to find? I mean, were they looking for specific results? Or maybe they're a huge fan of one of the teams.
Yeah, maybe they're doing a research project or something. Yeah.
Or writing a book. Who knows?
Right.
Yeah. Listener, let us know.
Right.
I want to know why you were interested in this.
Exactly.
But, okay, so even though our source material isn't telling us, specific things about the Champions Trophy.
Right.
I think there are some broader questions here that we can look at.
Right.
Like, what makes a great rivalry in sports in general?
Oh, yeah.
So besides that unpredictability, what else?
Well, I think contrasting styles of play always make things interesting, Like if you have one team that's known for being really aggressive and then another team that's more strategic and defensive.
Oh, okay.
That clash of styles can be really compelling.
I see.
And then obviously a history of close battles, Like we were talking about with that semifinal.
Right.
Close matches, controversial moments, those things all add fuel to the fire.
Oh, yeah. You need a little bit of drama.
Exactly.
To make it.
Just spice.
Yeah. I guess you could say familiarity breeds. Not contempt, but definitely competition.
Piss.
Yeah. So what about that cultural context?
Yeah.
Like how much do you think national pride and identity
Oh, that's huge.
play into these rivalries?
Yeah. I mean, sporting rivalries often become like this stage for broader cultural narratives.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's not just about who wins or loses. It's about national pride, a sense of belonging.
So it's almost like these matches become a microcosm of the relationship between the two countries.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah. It adds this whole other layer of complexity and intrigue to the rivalry.
Okay. So listener, as you're thinking about this rivalry or maybe rivalries in your favorite sport, think about that. How much of it is about those personalities, those individual players? How much is about national pride?
Absolutely.
And even though our source material, didn't quite give us a full scorecard, I think we've still managed to have a pretty fascinating conversation.
Yeah, that's what
about rivalry in general.
Oh, yeah.
And what makes these matches so compelling. So, any last words for our listener before we sign off? Well, if your interest is piqued, I would encourage you to delve a little deeper into the history between Pakistan and New Zealand.
Yeah.
Go watch some highlights, read some articles. There are some amazing stories out there.
Yeah, there really are.
And you'll get a much better sense of the rivalry that way.
Yeah, and as you're watching those highlights and reading those articles, think about this. How do sporting rivalries, like the one between Pakistan and New Zealand, go beyond the game itself and reflect these broader cultural and national identities? That's something to ponder.
That is.
All right, until next time.
See you later.